Hey guys, it's Andrew from Lou Projects, your favourite builder. I'm out at Mosman and we're doing a second story addition here and a massive renovation. The boys are getting stuck into it. We're actually ripping the roof off today, so let's go check it out. Alright, as you can see, we've got our flooring protection down, and this is actually where all of our frames are going to be delivered. It'll be high-up off those frames that we built in the shed. They're going to be dropped off here, floor frame in here. We've got a mini crane out the back there that'll get tracked in, and we'll cart the frames out the back there, and then it'll get craned up to the first floor. Alright, behind me is obviously going to be the new entry. There's going to be some big planter boxes, big block walls along this fence line, this boundary line here. New set of stairs, and then around the entire perimeter of the house, it gets a wraparound roof that steps up into the first floor. So it actually makes it easy for us to build too. Alright, we are out the back and we're going to rip this roof off just here. Whole new patio slab gets poured. All of these windows and doors sort of get replaced, but like there's a lot of double brick through here. There's curved door there, big slider here, and then that's all hand pitched, so it's a nice raked roof, basically lifting that ceiling space so it makes it feel nice and large. And then from that point, from around this wall back here, is where our second story addition is kicking off. Like I said, there's going to be a new slider through here that I opened out in that patio. Above me, we've ripped the hole off there so we can start getting all those tiles out of here and ripping that roof apart. It's a bit slippery up there. The kitchen basically is going to be in the same place. This becomes a pantry. This is obviously a bathroom slash laundry at the moment. So that gets taken out, and then over here, a bit of this comes out, and then a new set of stairs comes up through here and a laundry's behind it. And that goes up to the second story. So, fun times. So we were actually involved in the early days of this project, and clients fucked up. All right, we were actually involved in the early days of this project to try and help mitigate costs, and a lot of the idea was to try and retain as much of the house as possible. The architect Joe was pretty sensible about how to do that, and we just helped with trying to understand the budget restraints around that. I guess the exciting part of this project was that we were able to move forward with the project without actually being on site, so prefabricating the floors and the walls and the roof. This is where we will be prefabricating all of our frames. We've already started the floor framing, we've already started the wall framing, and next week we're going to pre-cut all the roof framing just to make our lives a bit easier on site. So I will run you through how we're going to lift it on site, how we're going to package it all up, and how we are installing our membranes here in the shed. Okay, so we've prefabricated one of our frames, and here we are. We're about to apply our ProClimber Ad Hero. It's a self-adhering membrane. We haven't actually used it before. We've never really needed to, but just on the ProClimber stuff, and this isn't a stab at ProClimber at all, but just to give you an idea of how much some of the stuff that we're paying for in terms of materials. This roll here is $700 alone, and that box of tape there, which is what we use to seal everything around the windows and joins, that's a 10-pack, and that's about $700 too. That's how expensive building is, just to give you an example there. But anyways, I'm gonna get stuck into this. We have this little sticky back that we pull out, and the idea is that we pull that out. Hopefully I don't stuff this up. Pull that out, like that. Oh, that's just the starter strip. Well, you know, learning every day. So here we go. That's good, that makes it a lot easier. So you can see where it's adhered right there. And then I'm gonna pull that right out. That's a done deal. Well, I can see why it was, you know, this stuff's $700. It's pretty smart thinking there. Everything on ProClimber is basically works off pressure. So you gotta apply it with pressure. On that, I actually sanded the corners of all the window openings and the edges, so just so we don't damage our membrane. Oh, I'm out of breath. Obviously you're not on the tools too much anymore. Next stage, pull this out now. Oh, that's coming off nicely. What I should have done actually is pre-cut that window, because then I can use all the offcuts to tape around the windows and stuff later, but we're gonna have heaps of offcuts, so probably another $300 worth of offcuts. Well, yeah, cut that out. Now, part of the reason why we're doing this off-site is because it saves us a lot of time on-site, which therefore means, particularly for a second story addition, we don't want to be exposed to the elements for a long period of time. No staples, no penetrations. Every time you staple the membrane on the normal Solitex membrane, unless you tape over it, you run the risk of water getting in through that staple. I did it so that it was hanging over 45 mil, so then I get 45 mil cover around the corners, which helps with water protection, I guess. Just want to get a nice tight fit. It's neat, and also it's just better. Just do it right, you know? Yeah, put this block here so that you can keep a nice consistent 45 mil. I'll just lay that tape in there. I've cut the corner, hit it with a press tight, and I'm gonna fold this one over the top of it and fold that over it. But I like to pre-fold it. Little finger trick there. Don't quite take it to the edge there, just so you get that bit of cover over that little hole there, potential hole. There we go, clean up your rubbish. That's what I hate on job sites, just loose plastic like that. It goes everywhere, wind takes it, drives me nuts. Anyway, so that's your window opening. That's your membrane. Look at that. Beautiful. Once we get that one on, it'll be pretty well watertight from the outside, and within a couple of weeks, that whole first floor is going to be watertight. Got this nice little lifting lug here. I actually got this from the CLT installation we did a while back now. Feed that through there. That's how we're going to lift it. So we'll do one there and one there. Crane will pick it up, and we just pull them back out. Here we've got all of our shop drawings. This is actually just done by Wesbeam. So all we did was confirm all the measurements on site. We wrote it all down. We'll obviously tidy this all up in the office later. But then we pre-cut all of the joists and the bearers. We've even installed the joist hangers. So the idea is that when we're on site, all the boys need to do is put it all together like I guess a jigsaw puzzle or Lego. This is another example of the wall framing. We actually got these done by one of my mates. Shout out to Barbs. He just did some shop drawings for us for all the wall elevations, and we've sectioned out each length of wall. So we've divvied this up into manageable sections. So that one's 3.5 meters, that one's 3.6, and that one's 3.4. As part of this shop drawing, it was critical to get all the studs in the right position for the cladding. And the cladding is a 1250 clad for some reason, I don't know why, but it was really important that we get all those studs in the right place because it's actually a double stud either side, just the way the fixing pattern works. So all of that is being thought of through the architect, through myself, through Steve, the project manager, and even the guys building it. So there was a lot of collaboration to make sure all of that is pretty well spot on. The next stage would be the roof framing. That's a layout there. We're only going to prefabricate that top floor, which is that part there. So all we're going to do is pre-cut that, pack it up, label it, pack it up, and send it to site. So then boys, all they need to do is put the ridge beam up and then start chucking in all these hips and rafters. We've got to work off some sort of shop drawing just so it's just easier for construction, but also easier for the guys to install on site. Happy days. So hopefully it all goes smooth during the installation, and we will keep you up to date during that process.